So the math behind my goal, my target markets, King, Pierce, Snohomish counties, the Tri-Counties and the Seattle, Washington area. In those counties, the average assignment fee size is $30,000. That's what we've seen typically. So $250,000 per month. I'm going to be conservative. I added an extra deal in here is 9 deals per month. That's a conservative estimate. Leads to contract. Nationwide, you will see 40 to 80 leads to a deal. I put 1 to 50 as my assumption because we have a really good sales team and I've been doing this for almost a decade. And that's what starts to happen when you do something for a very long time is your numbers get even better, right? So that's part of the reason that you got to stay in the game for a really, really long time. So that's my assumption, 1 to 50. My needed leads per day, right? Per business day, I'm assuming an average of 24 business days per month. Some months there's more, some months there's less. That's my assumption. So needed leads per day, 18.75 leads per business day. Okay. So my expected cost per lead with cold calling with Easy Button Investor is $50 per lead, right in that range. So with 10 agents calling full-time, including data, I'll spend about $25,000 a month to reach that lead target, 18.75 leads per day. And there's some buffer in there. And my goal is when I said, hey, this is my dream. I don't want to build a prison. Here's the actual goal. The goal is to run at a 50% operating profit margin, which means a lot of us think profit margin, we have a skewed view on it, which means at the end of the month, there is 50% of every dollar that came in that I could pay myself without jeopardizing the operation and not being able to scale. So that was my goal. These are my assumptions and my goals as I set out to do this a few months ago. This is what I focused on. So the team needed to hit each KPI. So then I went from my assumption, all you guys should do this exercise. What are my assumptions around my dream business? And then you go into what do I need? Who do I need to solve those issues? And a lot of you guys early on doing your first deal, your second deal, your third deal, yeah, you're going to be wearing a lot of hats and working your ass off. But if you guys are a little deeper into this, you want to start thinking about who, not how. Who can solve problems in your business for you? So what I do is I follow what I call the hiring ladder, which I'm going to talk more about later. So I started with, on my admin side, probably to handle our data pulling, our skip tracing, our KPI tracking, our CRM maintenance. I just need one admin assistant. So I hired one admin assistant, cost me about $800 a month for a full-time admin assistant to handle a lot of my stuff. Because I have all my emails, my Slacks handled, most of my life handled by admin assistants that do not break the bank. Then I said for 9 deals a month, we're going to need a full-time transaction coordinator, right? That we pay about $500 per transaction. So we'll pay them $4,000 to $5,000 per month to run paperwork, to deal with tenants, to schedule signing appointments, to kind of do the transaction and fulfillment part of the business. Then I said, okay, the marketing piece. And again, what I talked about earlier, if you remember this, is the rule of ones: 1 asset class, 1 exit strategy, and 1 marketing channel per $1 million in revenue. So that being said, I said, hey, I'm just going to do cold calling, get to 10 agents until we get to 10 to $1 million plus, which our goal is much higher than that, 250 a month. Salespeople, 2, including a team lead. So 3 total, 1 of them being a team lead, 15 to 20% of revenue on deals. So what a team lead is someone that does and teaches. So we don't need a sales manager right now. We don't need anything fancy. We just need 2 people on the phones all day, and then a third that's on the phones half the day and spends half their day teaching and training and monitoring, a little bit of managing. Triage. And I think everyone needs a triage function as they grow their real estate business. So 2 lead managers, and their job is to screen and triage leads as they come in. Think of it like T-ball. Their job is to make sure that our salespeople are hitting teed up baseballs that are actually good opportunities ready to talk to them. And then 1 pipeline manager. And what a pipeline manager is there's someone that has ownership over our pipeline. So they are auditing leads every single day. They're making sure leads are put on follow-up sequences, that they have the proper notes, that they're taken care of, nothing slipping through the cracks. They're not on the phones. They are just monitoring and owning the pipeline. And we'll spend about $1,500 per month per each of those 3 hires. And then a disposition rep. I think per 10 deals per month, 1 disposition rep is plenty. That's my assumption. And a 7.5% commission plus a little bit of a base, especially as they ramp up. So those are my assumptions on my team that I executed based on my assumptions and reverse engineering my goal, based on trying to build myself the dream, not a prison, and breaking down the rule of ones and what I want this to look like.